Here we have MASH 10 amazing facts you never knew. Let's strat. 1. The final episode was the most watched TV broadcast ever. When the final episode of MASH aired on February 28, 1980, it wasn't just a season finale, it was a cultural phenomenon. The event drew more viewers than any Super Bowl before it. It's often said that water usage in cities like New York surged during the commercial breaks because so many people waited until then to use the bathroom. 2. The show lasted longer than the Korean War itself. MASH is set during the Korean War, which lasted from 1950 to 1953, just 3 years. But the show itself ran for a staggering 11 seasons, from 1972 to 1983. That means the fictional portrayal of life during the Korean War lasted nearly 4 times longer than the actual conflict. The extended run gave the writers space to evolve characters, deepen story arcs, and tackle increasingly complex themes, something rarely achieved in sitcoms of that era. 3. Klinger's cross-dressing was inspired by a real soldier. One of the most memorable characters from MASH is Corporal Maxwell Q. Klinger, played by Jamie Farr. While it played for laughs, this gag was based on true stories from real-life soldiers during World War II and the Korean War who tried similar methods to escape combat duty. What started as comic relief evolved into something more layered as the show progressed. The writers eventually moved away from the gag, giving Klinger deeper emotional material and turning him into a fully developed, honorable character. 4. The show originally had a laugh track against the producer's wishes. In the early 1970s, laugh tracks were a network staple, so when MASH premiered, CBS insisted on adding a canned laugh track to help guide audience reactions, especially in the US market. Interestingly, when the show was syndicated internationally, especially in the UK, it aired without any laugh track at all, and many fans today consider those versions superior. 5. Radar's teddy bear became a national icon. One of the most enduring symbols of MASH is the small, well-worn teddy bear owned by Radar O'Reilly, played by Gary Berghoff. In a world of blood, chaos, and war, the teddy bear became a symbol of Radar's childlike innocence and vulnerability. 6. Alan Alda was the only actor to win an Emmy for acting, writing, and directing. Alan Alda wasn't just the face of MASH Cloud, he was its creative soul. Portraying the witty, compassionate, and sometimes cynical Hawkeye Pierce, Alda brought a rare blend of humor and gravitas to the role. But beyond acting, he also took on writing and directing duties, becoming the only cast member to win Emmys in all 3 categories. 7. The set was destroyed by fire, and they wrote it into the show. In 1982, disaster struck when a wildfire swept through Malibu Creek State Park, where the outdoor scenes of MASH were filmed. The iconic set, tents, signs, vehicles, and all, was heavily damaged. Rather than seeing it as a setback, the creators embraced the fire as an opportunity to bring the story full circle. In the finale, the writers included a plot point where the unit was disbanded and the camp intentionally burned down, mirroring the real-life damage. 8. Several characters were based on real people. Though MASH became known for its memorable and quirky characters, many were inspired by real individuals. The show was based on Richard Hooker's novel, MASH, a novel about 3 Army doctors, itself drawn from Hooker's own experiences as a surgeon during the Korean War. 9. The show pushed boundaries in race and gender. MASH may have aired in the 70s and 80s, but its social messaging was far ahead of its time. The show regularly tackled issues of race, gender, and sexuality, often embedding progressive themes within its comedic framework. For a show set in the 1950s and airing during the 1970s, this was revolutionary. 10. The cast formed a real-life family. The emotional chemistry among the MASH cast was no act. Over 11 years, the cast developed deep, enduring friendships that extended far beyond the set. Alan Alda, Mike Farrell, Loretta Sweet, and others frequently spoke of the tight-knit atmosphere during production. Outro. MASH was more than just a television show. It was a living document of humor, humanity, and history. It started as a wartime comedy but evolved into a landmark piece of American television, daring to tell the truth behind the jokes and finding beauty in the chaos. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more insightful content, and let us know in the comments.